Hello, everybody, and welcome back. These past couple weeks, I've been focusing a lot of my time on space. Being a conceptual artist, I have found inspiration from line, and my intention with these projects are to show that I am giving the same amount of importance to line as I am space. I wanted to create an experience that the viewers would also have with line, giving a considerable amount of thought to the location and remaining mindful that during this pandemic, there will be nobody entering my gallery. So how will my gallery translate walking by it, seeing it from the sidewalk, looking through the lines, experiencing the lines like they interrupt the space? And I thought that if I can't create an experience in the gallery, then I could create an experience to walk by and interact with. I think that this art project relies heavily on the viewer walking by it and interacting with it. By changing the speed you're walking, from running to being stopped completely, the motion of the viewer changes the experience. For example, I did a work using a grid, and to somebody stopped, looking within the space, the lines allow the space, dependent on where you stand, will create a different artistic effect, whether you're inside the window, outside the window. The grid causes a 2D layer to sit on top of a 3-dimensional location. While if you were running by or driving, the grid would almost look like a completely blacked out window with maybe a structured, stylized human effect like blinds to block out the light. With these art projects, I decided that my concept was so strong and I don't have a subject. And instead of fighting that, maybe I could use that to my advantage. I felt that talking to the people around me, including my friends and professors, I felt that there was a lot of confusion revolving my art, and I think that it was important to realize that. And since my work weighs heavily on the consumer, it is important to understand their point of view. And in doing that, with losing the idea of subject and putting all of my focus that was on subject into concept and allow that to speak for itself, I decided that the path to get there was simplifying my thoughts. So my first piece speaks to the line itself and how it can interrupt a space. I wanted to keep it equal, even lines that danced through the room, drawing focus to the material, which is the glass window. I then decided that with my next window, I was going to allow my thoughts to act as their own, and there would be no measurements, and I would install the tape intuitively. I then reflected on how these windows interrupted the space and how they made me feel, and I decided that with my 2 previous windows, I needed to see if I could enhance them, enhance the experience that I was having with the windows myself. Which brought me to my next project, which I decided that on top of the horizontal lines, there needed to be vertical lines to interrupt the space. And as I was doing this, I did half of the window and I was about to do the other half. But the contrast that the 2 linear patterns had on each other, I felt spoke to the versatility of what the line can really do within the space. I also felt that color blocking helped to enhance the experience between the window and the viewer by creating positives and negatives. With my final piece, I was enhancing the previous intuitive horizontal and vertical lines that I had installed, felt more welcoming with the horizontal lines, interrupting the space that you look through, as well as the color blocking. I enjoy the translation the line has on the glass, It interrupts and affects the space of both the interior and exterior, using the negative and positive space to give importance to the space behind it. The lines create a narrative when interacted with by a viewer. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you at the art gallery.